It is December 27th, 2024, almost the end of the year here. I guess this is technically my last update of the year. I wish I would have thought about that before pressing record because now I feel like I need to have something more impactful to talk about. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. Um, no, I think, a standard update to start. Work is definitely kind of slow right now just because of the holidays, which is good, but also at the same time, I know as soon as January comes around and everyone's coming back, it's going to be back to chaos. So yeah, I'm just keeping that in mind as we kind of move along here. So it's kind of a weird time because things are still moving. Like I don't have, I mean, we have discretionary time off. So if I just wanted to take time, I would just sort of ask slash say that I'm taking time. But I'm kind of just hanging around. New Year's Day I'll have off, but other than that, I've kind of just made sure that I'm available for people on my team because a bunch of people have it off and have taken vacation, but a bunch haven't. So just trying to make sure I'm around to support people. But otherwise, work is pretty slow right now, so not many updates there. Where to go next, though? I think Code Commute continues to be awesome. Growth has slowed down a little bit, but I honestly think that's because of holidays. I think that there's a lot more people that are watching my stuff like when they're commuting, which is kind of funny. Kind of makes sense, but literally as soon as like the holidays started, like kind of that period right before Christmas, things were slowing down. So I'm not worried about that. I think the channel trajectory is still awesome. I reached the first level of monetization, which is not really monetization. I guess it technically is, but the real, I'm going to call it like the real level of monetization is sort of at the 4,000 watch hour mark and the 1,000 subscribers. So because subscribers slowed down a little bit, I thought that one was going to shoot past 1,000, but it's dropped. The rate has dropped dramatically, but the watch time has stayed up. So again, like I'm not concerned. So I think I'm a few hundred watch hours away and like 80 something subscribers away. So still within a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, should see that, which is a cool milestone for me. I have to yawn. Why? I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I think that has been an enjoyable experience for sure. So I've it's been fun being able to make videos like that are just raw. I don't edit them, right? Aside from when I'm getting gas, I just edit that part out on YouTube, like the platform. But it's good. Been enjoying that and good conversations. I actually turned on monetization for the first level, which allows people to like say thanks and donate. And someone like literally the morning after turning it on, someone donated $2 and said like thanks for your perspective. Which, I mean, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, $2, whatever, but like that's cool, right? Like that's someone got that information for free and they didn't have to do anything. So it's actually really cool that someone felt that it was valuable enough that they would even the thought process of I'm going to go out of my way to tip someone doesn't matter what the amount is. The fact that someone said I'm going to go do that to me is a very I don't know, like it's a cool indicator that people actually value it. It's not the amount associated with it. It could have been 1 cent, it could have been $100. Like that doesn't make a difference to me. It's the fact that someone went out of their way to say thank you. And it wasn't just a comment. They had to go further out of their way. So anyway, I think that's awesome. Brand Ghost stuff, we're trucking along. Couple of the developers are making sure that they're spending time with family over the holidays, which I think is very key, very important. So we're still doing asynchronous kind of conversations going on, kind of making sure we can talk strategy. The side effect of that is that like outreach and stuff right now for potential users is slowed. But again, that's not a problem, not a concern. It's literally just the side effect of us doing this on the side and the fact that it's holidays. So we're having conversations about how to best spend our time, making sure we can do that outreach, how to make sure it's effective. My concern is that a lot of our conversations right now are around making sure that when we do outreach, we're like trying to schedule demos. And I'm personally the kind of like target where if someone said, hey, I'm reaching out to you. It's like a cold outreach, and like, do you have time for a call? I'm immediately like, I want to block you instantly. I want nothing to do with that. So in our conversations, we're talking about doing that, and I'm very much on the other end of being like, I do not want to have to get on a call for anything. Cannot stand it. However, this seems to be something that people use all of the time. So I think in our conversations internally, it's kind of like, let's try to make the option available so that if people are interested, then we can go schedule time with them. And my kind of push is like, if we're going to be walking users through stuff in these calls, like, I'm quite confident we're going to be answering the same types of questions, demoing the same features. Like, why not try building a repository of videos that show that, or articles that show that, the value? And that way we can provide all of that, and people can do it completely asynchronously. And if they do want to schedule a call because they have other questions, then that's more meaningful. So I think we're just getting on the same page for that, but that feels pretty good. On the technology side of things, I think we're still waiting for YouTube approval, which is like nuts to say. We could have done better there. I feel like that's a miss on our part. But we had to like change some of the branding stuff, like the logos weren't the right size and stuff like that. So like that feels like a kind of a silly miss on our part that that's taken so long. And I think we're still waiting for Threads approval for commenting and managing and reading comments. I have to yawn again. Oh my goodness, I don't know where that's coming from. And then that way, the thing that we're building right now is like this social feed where you get like a priority view of like what to go engage with. So that's coming together. I'm extremely excited about that. The thing that I'm pretty like disappointed with is LinkedIn though. LinkedIn really doesn't give you much control at all, and because it's one of the main platforms I use, I'm very frustrated that like, as a like, this is a bit of a rant, but as a creator on LinkedIn, I cannot get any. I have 22,000 followers, and I cannot get reach unless I'm spending time commenting. And I am doing my best to comment on like people commenting on my own posts. I'm trying to engage, but it's not sufficient. You literally have to go spend time commenting on other people's posts. Now, people online are saying, well, you should be doing that anyway. Like, it's a social platform. Like, why would you like not want to do that? And the answer is because I literally do not have time. Like, that's just what it is. The the situation that it puts me into is like, if I want to create content, let's say I want to share an article that I've written, and I put 2 hours into writing the article. If I go post that article, number one, if it's a link to anywhere else, it's not going to get any impressions. I will be hard pressed if it goes past 1,000 impressions. Doesn't matter how good, amazing the article is, won't get reach if there's a link. That means that I either have to post it on the platform, and even sharing my own LinkedIn articles on LinkedIn doesn't do very well. So then if I say, okay, well, I'm gonna go refine it into just a post. So now I'm doing even more work for a digested post. And even then, if I get, 1 to 5,000 impressions, I'm still not touching my follower base, right? Like that's a fraction of my follower base still. And so the solution is that you need to spend time commenting. So that means now I have to go commenting for 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after this post goes up so I can drive impressions. So it's like an extra hour. Now, if I post stuff every single day, that's just an extra hour a day on top of all of the other effort that's going into creating content. And I think that it's unfair. My goal is not to be on social media consuming social media. It's just not what I want to be doing. I want to be creating. And that's not because it's like I don't value what other people have to say, I don't value other creators. I just do not want to be spending my time consuming social media content. Simply put, I want to be spending all of that time creating or doing other things. It's kind of like for me, I don't like watching TV. I don't like watching TV because I'm not doing anything. If I truly want a break, I want to play a video game, and that way I'm at least doing something. It might not be productive necessarily, but I'm doing something. I don't like being idle. If I'm scrolling social media or watching TV, I just feel idle and my brain is not, it's just not in a state that I enjoy. So it's very frustrating to try creating content and then be forced into this pattern of like, well, you need to go comment on everyone's stuff, so we'll even show your stuff. And it's like, I don't like that. So I don't know. Like LinkedIn is probably it is my number one platform, but at the same time, like every day that goes on, I just like despise using LinkedIn. And especially because I see the usage of it and the people that are doing very well are basically in pods. Uh, Whether or not they choose to admit it or like it's like, I don't know, like formalized. I think there's a lot of people that have not formalized pods, but they do the same thing over and over where it's like, here's the top 20 creators to follow, the top 20 newsletters, and they just tag the same people. And if you look at their posts, it's always the same people that are commenting on it right away. Great post, so insightful. And it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, it works. Like, it's clearly working, but like, it makes me not like using the platform because, like I said, it almost doesn't matter how good or bad your content is. And I'm not suggesting their content is bad. I'm just saying it almost doesn't matter because you could be posting terrible content, and if you have your pod doing the promoting, who cares, right? Like you're gonna get the impressions. Um, I don't like spending my time that way, so it feels like I'm penalized for just like trying to use the platform, but I guess there's better ways to use it, right? So I would love to have something like Brand Ghost try to make that a more enjoyable experience, but the APIs that LinkedIn provides, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible for this kind of thing. They only work for some of this stuff for business pages, and even then they're limited. So it's discouraging. It's like I can't even I can't even create software to help myself with this. Now I think there's other software like I'm not even gonna mention names, but there's some stuff I'm seeing that people are doing, and I'm like, I don't even think that's in LinkedIn's terms that you're allowed to do that. So I think people are getting creative until they're busted for it. So the way I'm looking at this now is like I think maybe to make LinkedIn a more integrated experience and Brand Ghost for engaging, not the posting, we have that covered, but for engaging with stuff. I wonder if we need to do like a browser plugin. Like I really don't want to do that, but I wonder if we need to. Anyway, that's like something that's really bothering me because it's a platform I use a lot and I can't stand using it. So we will make progress on that. There's a whole bunch of other directions that we're kind of being pulled in, and they're directions that I think are incredibly valuable. And I don't know. We have to kind of wait to hear from users to see like where we go focus. One of them is more tools for generating content or like remixing your existing content. That's one thing. I want to make sure that we have some stuff that's like being able to pull in from feeds. So if I post a video to YouTube, can I get notified by that in Brand Ghost? So when I say can I get notified, I mean can the platform, can it ingest things? If you're uploading stuff to Spotify, can we get a webhook for that and then create posts that go into your topic stream? So there's a bunch of stuff like that that I want to explore. There's metrics, like we want to make sure that we're using AI and metrics to help you prioritize what types of content. So I think there's just a lot of directions to go in, which is cool. But we got to kind of get the user feedback. Um, and then to wrap this up, Dev Leader videos have been super slow. That's my bad. I was sick, and then like right before Christmas, getting videos over to my editor. Then he had Christmas, and then even yesterday he was like, "Oh, I'm super swamped," and he was like, "I'll get them done tomorrow," which is today, and I haven't heard from him. And I'm not blaming him. I know he's super busy. He's always given me videos early on time or at crazy hours of the night, kind of thing. Like I have no issue if he's taking his time or he's later on some of these, like not a big deal. It's just kind of crappy because right now I'm so far behind posting. But I have a podcast that he's put, tacked the intro onto. I just recorded a podcast this morning. I recorded 3 YouTube videos last night, 2 videos a little bit earlier for him. I'm going to record 2 more after this. So I have a bunch of YouTube content coming, which is nice just to start getting that out of the way again. Because like I said in my even last week's updates, it's been really crappy being sick and then falling behind on this stuff. So, yeah, it's just crappy because I don't have like updates in terms of content I've been putting out. Newsletters and stuff's going good. I think one thing kind of tying it back to Brand Ghost is like for some of my content creation, at least for posts, like I haven't been writing blog articles, right? Not since spending more time writing code. At least for posts, I want to, and I want to use Brand Ghost to do it. I want to kind of go through all of my posts that I have, get themes, and then kind of use AI to remix them. And that way I have more posts. So to be clear about this, I would love for AI to get to the point where I could like cover my eyes and say, just go make 5 more posts that are based on topics I already have that are like catchy and whatever. I don't trust it. At this point, I would never post something without reviewing it or editing it from AI. But at least like I feel like a lot of the time I'm not creative. And if AI could generate a post, I could look at it and say, oh, even if I rewrote the whole thing, it at least gives me the idea of what I want to say. So I would like to like selfishly build some of those tools into Brand Ghost next, because I'm at the point where I'm like, I kind of want to like inject some more content into my topic stream. So be doing that. But otherwise, I mean, just to wrap it up, I'm excited to go into another year, right? I re-kicked off my dev leader journey in the start of 2023. So all of 2023, all of 2024, I've put out over 400 videos on YouTube. So on my main channel, I think there's like 350, I think so. On this channel that you're watching these on, I think I'm like in the 80s for a number of like entries like this. I don't even count these. And Code Commute has another 80, so it's almost like 500 YouTube videos. It's a lot of content. So it feels bad because I know there's other creators out there like I said, I don't even count these videos. I don't even know who's watching these, if anyone. This is more just like a habit to do for myself. But it feels kind of bad because I know there's other creators out there that are like, oh, I finally did my 60th YouTube video and I'm at 50,000 subscribers, and I'm like, man, like I've done like 10 times that, and I am not even a drop in the bucket of your subscribers. So clearly I got more work to do. So we'll figure it out. And that's part of why I'm making these entries. So seriously, thanks so much for being here. It's a journey, and I like documenting this kind of stuff along the way. So hopefully big year for Brand Ghost, hopefully big year for Dev Leader, Code Commute. And hopefully, I don't know if I could say a big year in my career. I hope it's a good year for my career, but I don't know at this point in like my own career. Like I don't expect to have like big years or something like that. Everything's like very steady. So we'll see. Hopefully it's a good year though. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you in the new year. Take care.